Hello, Caltrans project managers. This is Ashraf Habak. I am giving a brief tutorial on the schedule cost estimate spreadsheet. I'm using revision 1.2, and this tutorial will be only on the schedule. There will be another one for the cost. First tab of the spreadsheet, the input schedule, the one you're looking at. The general layout is we have the phase of the project, and then the WBS task, the number, level 5 task, and then the definition, the duration of the activity in working days, and then the start, the date here, and the day of the week. And then this is an optional column for the lag and lead. And basically the lag is delay in start after the previous task, and you enter a positive number in the cells that will allow you to do that. So these cells here. And then the lead is basically it starts before completion of the previous activity, and you enter a negative number in the cells of this column here that are like an orange color or a tan color. And another column, it's optional as well to enter the date for the activity or the milestone. I don't recommend it, but it's there if you need it. I prefer the schedule. The spreadsheet will do the calculations for you and figure out the dates. This is the end date for the activity, and the milestones, the name of it, the ID, and the date of the milestone, and these are the days of the week. On the right side of the spreadsheet, some recommendations and some alerts and some options. You can enter information and select yes or no questions. So first you enter information in the yellow cells, and you start with the project expenditure authorization number, the EA number. You enter it here in cell B2, and the top here updated, you can enter the day of when you are updating this spreadsheet just for you to know. And so I'm entering today's date, June 6, 2020. And then also you select the CEQA document by going to the drop-down list. You have 3 choices here. This will affect the schedule, whether it's a CE or IS or EIR. And then the program code, you have also drop-down list. You can choose the program code, and that will affect the schedule if it's a safety project or a fund reservation project. And then also you select the shop year, what shop year this project is. And then we start of course with K phase, the PID phase, and then you start by entering a date for the start of the PID phase when you expect to start it. So here I entered August 3rd, 2020, and then milestone 3. If you have 40 days of working days, then milestone 3 you will reach that on September 29, and then after that, you have the draft PID for work plan. This milestone, we like to track it in District 8 and maybe other districts as well. And here I have a comment, or basically when you hover over the cell, it tells you 6 weeks before milestone 6. So that's why I have 30 working days after this milestone to achieve milestone 6. And that's basically 6 weeks after. And then you have the next milestone, milestone 9, which is 90% of the PID, and you achieve that on that day. And then the approved PID, the milestone 10 on that day. Usually we like to have 3 months, and then here it says should have 3 months between draft PID and approved PID, and that's what we have here. We have 3 months there. And then also for milestone 15, for programming the project, you have the option here on the right-hand side to choose if you want to allocate funds after that. This is not common, and that's why I have here not common. You can enter number of days, 20 days, 30 days, whatever. If, some situation you want to program, you want to allocate funds after programming the project, you can do that. Normally, it's done at the same time. This year, there's an exception though. CTC are programming projects certain time, and then they are allocating funds later. Then after that, if you have federal funds, then you want to include the project in the FTIP document. So here it's asking wait for FTIP approval, then you would say yes. If you have federal funding, definitely want to wait. If not, if you have SB1 funds or just state funds only, no federal funds, you don't need to wait, then you can say no. That will accelerate the schedule. It will skip the FTIP approval. And then so all that is dimmed out, and then you open phase 0 immediately after allocating funds to the project. That usually takes about 10 working days, which is 2 weeks. So 2 weeks after fund allocation, you can have phase 0 open, and you start survey work, and then design can start working on the package and preparing ESR, the environmental study request, as well as structures can work also on the APS and get it ready for environmental to begin environmental. So let's go back here, and I'll put yes for FTIP approval because I don't want someone to forget about that. Okay. Then you start phase 0, you begin environmental, you go through PAD phase, you finish PAD. There it is, milestone 200. And now if it's a CE document, then you can submit the allocation request before completing PAD. And then here you have the option to select how many days before PAD. So here I have 70 days. You can change the numbers to get allocation before PAD is approved. And then also milestone 224, which is right-of-way requirements, you can start it before completion of PAD. And then you go down here, milestone 224, it will tell you when you expect to start that. And basically you enter the days here in cell P21. How many days before PAD you want to start milestone 224, and you can talk with right-of-way engineering to basically select the milestone 225. So, okay, now we go back here, PAD, then you open phase 1 and 2, and then you start on the design and all the activities. It's all well explained here, and the durations and the milestones, and basically that's clear, I think. And also there is a question here: is there any right-of-way acquisition, including TCEs, temporary construction easements? You can say yes or no, and if it's yes, then you definitely have to wait for milestone 224, 225. If not, then milestone 224 and 225 will be just equal to PAD. It will match the PAD dates. It will be done for you automatically. So you can determine that, on the project. And then also the right-of-way data sheet will tell you how many months you expect to get the right-of-way cert after milestone 225. So you enter that number here, the number of months, and this will tell you when you expect to get right-of-way cert. Here it matches perfectly. Right-of-way cert is 4425, and also here it tells you 4425. So that's fine. Now, if they tell you right-of-way, if they tell you we need 18 months, so this will take you to July 7th. So you cannot get right-of-way cert here. Then this will not work. So if it's 15 months or less, then you are fine. And then your RTL, also on the right-hand side here, you will see there's green box there and a green box here. This tells you that your schedule is efficient and your PAD is scheduled fine, and the RTL is also scheduled correctly. Basically, if your RTL is a few days later, let's say, for example, here, if your RTL May 6th, for example, May 6, 25, then you would see the box red because you missed submittal to CTC by 1 day. So 1 day will delay you 49 calendar days. So that's not good. So you should RTL before May 6th for this project. May 2nd is fine because you can submit to CTC on May 5th. And this is for the CTC meeting on June 26, 25. These are estimated dates, projected dates, based on the existing pattern and the existing meeting dates of the CTC. If that changes, we would have to change the spreadsheet. A certain tab of it will need to be updated. Okay, and then once you allocate funds, you get the funds, then you can open phase 3, and the rest I think is clear here. So that's as far as the schedule. And then also I wanted to point out there is a tab, the PIR proposed schedule. In the bid phase, you can submit this table to planning, so they can include it in the PIR or whatever document it is in the bid phase, PSR, PDS, whatever it is. So, and okay, also at the end here, there's a summary of recommendations for the project managers, things to watch out for: timely use of funds, when you have to charge to phase 0, and when you must charge to phases 1 and 2. So this is related to timely use of funds. Also 65% PSNE, 95% PSNE, when you should achieve those to make sure the schedule is moving smoothly. And then we could be adding some other items here as well in later revisions. And that's all for the scheduling part of the spreadsheet. Thank you for watching.